For assignment 2.7, we have the tilt ball switch. Now, this tilt ball switch is honestly pretty cool. It's very simple in how it works. I'm going to show you what I have set up right now. Then I'll get into the code. So I have a ground cable, my black cable, and then I have my my red cable going to, that looks like number 2 on my LED board. Because of that, you just have an input and an output. And as you can tell, when I flip this tilt ball switch, like this, the light on my board came on. When it's off, the signal's cut off. There's nothing too special about this little device. As you can tell, when you rattle, there's a little ball in there. When the ball comes in contact with those 2 connectors at the bottom, it continues the circuit. But when this ball is upside down, the circuit's cut off. So it's very simple, but it's a very, very cool mechanism that can be applied to many projects, depending on what you're doing. Looking at the code, we have our constant INT LED pin 13, which represents the glowy pin. Getting into our setup, we have pin mode, LED output. This just sets our LED pin as an output, and then we also have our pin mode, which is number 2 on our board, which is our input. So, and going down to the digital right, we have number 2 set to high. So whenever this thing flips upside down, it's constantly at high. There's nothing telling this thing to be at low or high. It's just always at high when it's on. The void loop, INT digital, VOW digital read 2. This just reads with the pin. And then we have, this is our void loop. Now we have digital right, LED pin low, which just turns the LED pin off. Whenever it's on high, it turns it on. So we only have 2 values, a low and a high. Low turns it off, high turns it on. Very simple.